Hey there, tarot cuties. Welcome to another reading with me, the Empress of Fortune. I'm so excited to have y'all here today. We're doing a very special video. This is messages from your pet. Yes, pet or pets. You definitely can choose more than one pile if you have more than one pet. This is just so cute to me. I'm really excited. This is the first time that I've done anything like this on this channel before. So for those of you watching this in the future, this is one of the very first pet messages videos. This is cool. I myself have a dog, as you guys probably know from watching my videos, and I was inspired to do this one in particular because I went on a vacation and left him with a pet sitter for the first time. Usually he stays with my mom whenever I go out of town, but this time he had to stay with a pet sitter. And so I just when I got back, I wanted to know how he was feeling, and I wanted to know what was on his mind and how things went. Of course, I asked the pet sitter herself, but I also wanted to know from Milo's perspective. Milo is my dog. So I did a little reading for him, and I got all kinds of information, which was really cool. And I figured that I could do one for you guys too. So this is for all of you pet owners out there. Whether it is a dog, cat, parrot, fish, barracuda, whatever, this reading is for you. Anyway, I don't know if people can keep barracudas as pets, but for some reason it came to me. So yeah, I'm also now thinking about capybaras. I don't know if that's how you say it, capybara. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. We've got 3 piles today. Pile 1, we're using the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot right here. Pile 2 is the Animal Totem Tarot. And pile 3 is the Quick and Easy Tarot. So that's kind of fun. You're going to find the timestamps for each of these piles in the description box below. There will be 2 timestamps for each reading. So there will be a timestamp for the identifiers and a timestamp for the reading itself. For those of you who have been with me before, I love to do my little lip bowl here to help people confirm if they need any sort of confirmation that the pile they chose is in fact the one for them. You are supposed to choose intuitively. So use your intuition if you need to pause the video, if you need to take a few deep breaths, if you need to meditate it all beforehand. Use your intuition to choose the pile that's correct for you. And if you would like to watch the identifiers, then you can always go to the timestamp for that. If you would like to skip over the identifiers, you are more than welcome to just click the timestamp for the actual reading itself. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Don't forget to like this video, you guys. It really does help it to spread a little farther across YouTube so that anybody who may want a message from their pet can find it. And also subscribe to my channel. Whenever you subscribe to me, it makes you and I more connected so that I can read your energy a little bit more precisely, and it makes the readings more tailored to you and to your circumstances. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into these readings today. See you at your pile. Hey there, what it do, pile 1? What's up, my pile 1 homies? If you chose the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, then we're going to get into your identifiers. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this off to the side right here. We're going to grab our funky lip bowl. I was about to say our fancy lip bowl, but then I said funky lip bowl. I don't know why. Feels right. Anyway, let's see what we've got. Let's see who's in pile 1. We're doing messages from your pet or pets today. Spirit, who's my pile 1 people who chose the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot for this reading? Messages from your pets. Who are my people in pile 1? My pile 1 people. I was going to say my pillions. I don't know what that means. Pile 1 people. Anybody else in pile 1? Anybody else in pile 1? All right. Cool. That's interesting. Pile 1 is usually the biggest pile because the bowl is always packed. So there's usually a lot of identifiers that come out for pile 1, but not everybody has a pet. So I guess that's probably why This is much smaller than normal. All right, so we've got ballet slippers. That could be actual shoes for ballet. I'm also not thinking about like ballet flats, you know, like you don't use them for ballet, but they're just like flats. And then that is also a nail polish color by OPI. It's like a very pale pink. Maybe you went and got like a pedicure recently. Something to do with feet. Feet coming through. We've got Drew Barrymore by SZA. That's a song. Is it warm enough for you outside, baby? Build-A-Bear. That is a store at the mall. Usually it's at the mall. I've never seen a standalone Build-A-Bear now that I think about it. It's usually at the mall where people go to make stuffed animals. Burn by Usher. I think that you should let it burn. When you're feeling me, the same in your body. I think those are the words. I am not sure. Big Rich Town by 50 Cent featuring Joe. That's the theme song for Power, the TV show. They said, this is a big rich town. I just come from the poorest part. Bro, that show was so good. I remember when that show was on live. Everybody was talking about it. It was so good. Annoying. That one loves to come out. I don't even know why it's in there still, but it is, so I'll let it be. Grand Crew, that is a TV show about a group of friends who hang out at a wine bar in LA. They said this is a big rich town. Cinna, The Hunger Games. So Cinna is one of the characters from The Hunger Games. The Hunger Games were a blockbuster hit book series that was turned into a blockbuster hit movie series. Movie series starring, what is that woman's name? Jennifer Lawrence as Katniss Everdeen. Cinna was Katniss's stylist. Okay, if you don't know about The Hunger Games, get into it. I feel the need to explain The Hunger Games right now for some reason, so I guess I will. So basically, this is like in a post-governmental U.S. society. They've renamed it. It's called Panem now, Panem, and it's split into 12 districts. And every year? I don't know how often it is. It's every so often they have something called the Hunger Games where 2 kids under the age of 18 from each district are chosen to fight to the death inside of an arena that is like a high-tech arena with a different theme every year. And Katniss volunteers to go because her sister is chosen and she herself has some survival skills. And Cinna is her stylist because it's like televised, it's a whole thing. It's like basically like the Grammys or any award show for us is how they treat the Hunger Games, except at the end a whole bunch of people die and there's only one winner, or at least there's supposed to only be one winner. So, you know, they have each of the tributes, they call them, be interviewed and all of this stuff, and you know, you get to know things about them and blah blah blah. So whenever they're on TV, they have to look good, and Cinna is Katniss's stylist. I don't know why I had to explain that. I guess somebody needed to hear it. Anyway, $20 to go from all that to just $20. I love that. That's funny. Lights by Journey. That's a song. When the lights go down in the city. Waterbenders. That's from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Those are characters who can magically move water with their hands and other body parts. Sweet Love by Anita Baker. That is a song. Sweet love got me calling out your name. I feel no shame from above. Sweet love. All right, This Charming Man by Stars. That's a cover of a song by The Smiths. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So you might have that in your big three, meaning your sun, moon, or rising. You could have a stellium in one of those signs. You could have your Venus also in one of those signs. Costa Rica. I forgot to tell you guys how these worked. Normally I say this while I'm like doing the swirling around with the pen, but at least one or two of these things should be familiar to you or could have shown up in your life recently or could be significant to you somehow. And that will let you know that this is in fact your pile. So like, for example, I talked about Power. Power could be like your favorite show, right? And Big Rich Town is the theme song for Power. Or how I explained the Hunger Games, like maybe somebody recently explained the Hunger Games to you, or they over-explained something that was wildly popular and maybe didn't need over-explanation. I don't know, that kind of thing. We got poppy seed bagels, like that could be your favorite kind of bagel, or maybe you ate one recently, or maybe like you were with a friend and they ordered one recently, or maybe you were at the coffee shop and you overheard somebody yesterday ordering a poppy seed bagel, right? So yeah. Lil Sebastian, he's a mini horse from Parks and Rec. Parks and Rec is a TV show starring Amy Poehler and lots of other people. Ensemble cast. Pranks, punked. So maybe somebody did a prank on you. Maybe you like to do pranks. Maybe you watched Punked recently. That was like a TV show where Ashton Kutcher went around pranking celebrities. Maybe you talked about Punked recently or you're planning a prank. I don't know. Where Are You Going by Dave Matthews Band. That's a song. I also wanted to say something about like Senior Prank Day. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, I just did. Where Are You Going? That also makes me think of Senior Skip Day. Where are you going? Like, where are you going? You're supposed to be at school. Where are you going? I don't know. Yeah, you might want to go listen to this song, Where Are You Going by Dave Matthews Band. There could be some messages in there for you. The number 9, that could be the month of September. And now I'm thinking about September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Do you remember the 21st night of September? But specifically the Taylor Swift version. That was not the one I was just singing, but like I thought about the Taylor Swift version, which I've only heard one time. I don't know really where that came from, but anyway, 9 could be September, which would be Virgo and Libra energy. You could also like live on the 9th floor in the 9th apartment building, the 9th apartment. You could have 9 people in your family. You could live on 9th Street. There is also a song called 9 by Willow and SZA, I believe. Yeah. Gloria Delgado Pritchett. She is one of the main characters on Modern Family, played by Sofia Vergara. Kind of like a trophy wife character, which for some reason I was hesitant to say, but felt like I should say it anyway. I don't know. Death Cab for Cutie. That's a band. So a lot of like music related stuff coming out here. Pink Velvet. I just wanted to say Red Velvet, but Pink Velvet. Interesting. I just wanted to say something. I don't know if anybody, this might not apply to literally anyone because I feel like people with actual pets probably clicked on this video, but for some of you guys, you may not have like a physical, I don't want to say physical. For some of you guys, you may not have an animal pet. Some of you guys may have like a BDSM pet, like a person who you do like kinky scenes with, and they're like your kinky pet. Consensually, of course. That's weird. I don't know why I came through, but it did, and I felt like I had to say it. Anyway, this Lullaby, Sarah Dessen. That's a book. I think it's interesting that I keep saying, like, I don't know why this came through, because normally I don't say that during these identifiers, but maybe because our pets don't have the ability to actually, like, talk with us. I keep saying something like that. Like, oh yeah, I had to say it. I had to say it, you know? I don't know. McDonald's. Fast food restaurant chain. Where are you going? NDA, non-disclosure agreement. So that is an agreement. It's a legal document that some people may have to sign in relation to their work, like if they were working with sensitive materials or sensitive information. Like some celebrities might have people who work for them sign NDAs so that they can't, like, you know, go and gossip about them after they leave or whatever. NDA is also the name of a song by Megan Thee Stallion, and something that came through, and I'm going to mention this because, you know, this is like an animals reading. I recently started reading this book called The Omnivore's Dilemma. I'm almost done with it, but it has a lot of information in there about like industrial farming and industrial meat production, and how it can be really difficult to get people who work in the meat farming industry to talk about certain things, because basically these big companies like don't really want the public to know a lot about what goes on behind closed doors in their industrial plants. So McDonald's is one of the largest purchasers of beef and potatoes in the United States, possibly in the world, but definitely in the United States. And a lot of the beef that is made and a lot of the potatoes that are grown are made to their specifications, even if they don't actually get eventually sold to McDonald's. So there's a lot of stuff that we as consumers do not necessarily know about, and that the workers are like not really allowed to talk about because they get threatened with like lawsuits and stuff. So if you're interested in learning more about that, more about the meat farming industry, definitely The Omnivore's Dilemma by Michael Pollan is a really good book for you to check out. But I know we have some animal lovers in here, so we might have some people who are themselves learning more about things like veganism or plant-based diets, or just, you know, the way that our food chain works and the way that meat is brought out to us. So we may have some people like that. That does not have to apply to you. Hole in the Bottle by Kelsey Ballerini. That's a song. It's a country song. And then there's another song by Kelsey Ballerini, literally just called A Country Song. So either of those. Okay, let's keep going. We've got Along for the Ride. Sarah Dessen is coming through. Okay, but this is also a book by Sarah Dessen. They did turn it into a movie. The movie is on Netflix. So you might just be a fan of Sarah Dessen in general. And you know what is so funny? This might be my pile. Where I live, they have like these things called little free libraries where people will like build, it's almost like a oversized birdhouse, and you can put books in there that like maybe you don't want anymore or whatever, and people from the neighborhood can come around and they can take them, and they can put books in there that they don't really want anymore, you know, they can put books back. And I actually found that book, The Omnivore's Dilemma, in a little free library next to two Sarah Dessen books. They were not either of these books, but I did take them and I did read them and then I put them back. The books were The Truth About Forever and What Happened to Goodbye. So this might be my pile. I just felt like, you know, that's fun to share with you guys. But that's what I mean when I say that, like, there should be some sort of connection to you to let you know that this is in fact your pile. All right, Summertime in Paris by Jaden and Willow Smith. That's a song. Summertime, we're meant to fall in love. Swing Swing by All American Rejects. That is a song. Swing, swing, swing from the tangles of my heart is crushed by a former love. Roller Coaster. Can you help me find a way to carry on again? Wish cast into the sky. I'm moving on. Yeah, go listen to Swing Swing also. So playlist for today: Swing Swing, Where Are You Going by All American Rejects, and Where Are You Going by Dave Matthews Band. Roller Coaster. Maybe you really like roller coasters. Maybe you have plans to go to an amusement park soon or something like that. We've got All Black Everything. Maybe you like to wear all black. Maybe you're really into like Black Power, something like that. It is now Black History Month as I'm filming this video. It's February 7th, so happy Black History Month, everybody. Catfish, the TV show, Neve Schulman, Cami Crawford. So you could be a fan of Catfish. You might have watched it recently or heard somebody talk about it recently. Or Neve Schulman and Cami Crawford are the hosts of Catfish, but they often appear outside of Catfish. So like Neve was on Dancing with the Stars. Maybe you saw him on Instagram or something. Cami, she hosts another show for MTV as well. It's like another dating show. I don't know what it's called. She has modeled for Sports Illustrated. Maybe you follow her on Instagram. You know, you could see either of them in any other place. Pull Up by Abra. That's a song. Pull up to your crib, riding shawty, shawty. Pull up with your bitch, nah, it's a party. Okay, Zach Brown Band, Colder Weather. She said, I want to see you again, but I'm stuck in colder weather. Maybe tomorrow will be better. Can I call you then? Anniversary, Tony, Tony, Tony. That's a song. I did say it's February 7th today. Valentine's Day is coming up. So, anniversary. We got Fresh Air. That could be like, you know, literally you thinking to yourself like, oh, I should go get some fresh air. Or maybe somebody said something about fresh air. Or maybe you listen to the Fresh Air podcast from NPR. Something like that. Pirates. Maybe, you know, you're a pirate. Maybe somebody was talking about pirates. Maybe you recently watched something to do with pirates. Or maybe you really, really loved pirates like as a child. And that was like your favorite game was playing pirates. I don't know. Linkin Park. That's a band. But that does make me think now, like Fresh Air, and then I said like maybe you played pirates as a child, and then Linkin Park, maybe something to do with an actual park. I don't know. Like a park outside. And we did have Lil Sebastian from Parks and Recreation. So something to do with a park, possibly. Rooftop Pool. I also just wanted to say something to do with parking. Maybe you like recently had a really hard time finding parking or something like that. Rooftop pool. Maybe, you know, the place where you live has a rooftop pool, or maybe you went to a rooftop pool recently, or you have plans to go to a rooftop pool soon. Nice by Beyonce and Jay-Z. Because I'm nice, 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 nice. Up all night, 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 night. Juggernaut. Maybe you use that word a lot. Maybe you've heard that word a lot. Maybe that is like the name of a restaurant that you like to go to or something, you know, just juggernaut. For those of you who don't know what it means, it's like a force to be reckoned with. Something like gargantuan. It's also a character from Marvel as well. So you guys may have like recently taken your pet to the park. Since we did get so much like park energy. Another thing also is that it is currently Aquarius season as I'm filming this right now. The date for some reason is like coming up a lot. I don't know why. If this is like a BDSM situation with a human person who you know, call your pet, or if you are the pet, maybe you and your counterpart went out on a date recently, since I keep talking about the date. I don't know why. Also, 209 maybe has something, it could be significant somehow. And you might have like a toy pet. So, you know how they might say like a teacup pig or a toy dog or whatever. It just means that they're very, very small. So, for example, like my dog Milo, he's only like 6 or 7 pounds. That obviously is not going to apply to every person who's watching this reading. It's just, you know, we do have like mini size here. Like I said, Lil Sebastian is a mini horse. So we do have like smaller sizes of things here. Maybe your pet was like the runt of the litter or something like that. Something else that is coming up is when I'm thinking about where are you going. I mentioned in the intro that like I decided to do this because I went on a trip and I wanted to you know, see how my dog felt about that. And this is like the question of where are you going, right? So maybe you also recently went on a trip. Pirates, you know, they're known to like sail the 7 seas, and they are, you know, always going around doing different stuff. So maybe you travel often and you have to maybe leave your dog with somebody else, or leave your pet with somebody else, or have somebody else come and check in on your cat or whatever while you're gone. Barnes and Noble for some reason is coming through. So I don't know. You could be an author or a writer yourself. Maybe you like to spend a lot of time in the bookstore. Maybe you read a lot, or you go to the library often, or something like that. All right, you guys, make sure you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. When you like the video, it helps it to spread a little farther on YouTube. When you subscribe, it makes you and I more connected so that my readings can be more accurate and pinpointed to you and your situation and your energy. Anyways, I'm going to go write these down in my tarot journal. I actually did make a tarot journal for you guys, so check that out. The link is below in the description box. It is pretty cool. I really love it. I spent some good time on it, and I think that it is just an excellent resource for anybody who's trying to do their little spiritual glow up, or even if you just watch a lot of videos or you do your own tarot readings. It's just good to write down your insights and to write down what you get from them, because it helps you to have a record so you can go back and look at them. Especially if you watch readings, or even, like I said, if you do them yourself. Sometimes we can kind of forget what it is that the answer was, or what it is that we gleaned from it. So it's always good to have a written record somewhere, and that journal can help you with that. I also have an abundance journal for sale down below as well. Make sure you check that out if you are on a financial literacy journey, trying to learn more about abundance, wealth, and just getting wealthier in general. So yeah, go check that out. Both of those links are down below. I am offering personal readings now, so if anybody wants a personal reading, the link to book through my Calendly, that is the only way you can book with me, is through my Calendly link. That's also down below. So yeah, I'm gonna go write these down in my tarot journal, and I'll see you guys in just a second. Hola, pile one. I was about to say pile uno. Hola, pile uno. Hey you guys, welcome to your reading. I don't know why I keep wanting to like double things. I wanted to keep saying things twice. I have this little saying in my own personal life that the baddest bitches have 2 dogs, right? I don't know why I say it. I just think it's true. So yeah, that might have something to do with you guys. That obviously is not going to be resonant with everybody. So yeah, if you didn't watch the identifiers, there was a lot of information in there. You absolutely do not need to go watch them, but you know, could be helpful for some of you guys. Otherwise, we're just going to go ahead and get straight into this reading. If you chose the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, this reading is going to be for you. I'm going to go ahead and put this off to the side for now, and we will get into some cards that I actually pre-pulled for you guys. These are messages from your pet. So we've got cards like crystal cards, we've got some messages from the mermaids, we have a little meme action, because you know, pets can communicate through their faces and their facial expressions, and at least dogs can. I don't know if fish can do that, but whatever. Or like lizards or snakes, but some animals can. And then we've got this card from the Lunar Nomad Oracle as well. So we're going to use these, and then we'll get into the tarot last. So Spirit, yeah, what does Pot One's pet or pets want to say to them? What does Pot One's pet want to say to them? And you know what, I am going to keep saying pets, because maybe your pets feel the same way. Maybe, like, you know, they had a conference without you, and they feel the same way about something, and so they have a message for you. They might have something that they want to say. All right, so yeah, I did get 2 different cards here, so we're going to keep going on with the doubles theory. I don't know what that's about, but anyway, we've got here breaking free. All right, we're going to keep that reversed for now. I really don't know why, but we are. I have no idea what that's about. And then finally we have inner knowing. We're going to leave that one in upright. So, and then let's do our crystals before I start the interpretation. We've got tiger's eye for courage. Oh. we've got Brazilianite for flexibility. I'm sorry. I know you guys are like, what is this crazy lady laughing at? I almost wanted to call myself a bee, which I don't like to do. But yeah, I'm laughing just because I'm thinking of some of the stuff from the identifiers. I'll get into it in a second. We've got Libyan gold tektite with manifestation. Okay. And these, like, it's so shiny because of the light, but I kind of like it. I'm gonna leave it like that. It looks so cool, and it says like gold. It makes it shiny and exciting. Okay. Last but not least, we've got the what do you meme card. I knew it was gonna be either like this face, and I swear to you guys, I do not look at these cards before, like, right now. Like, I literally have no idea what's on any of the pre-pulled cards ever. But I had a feeling it was gonna be a face like this. I was thinking it was gonna be like a dog making this face, like the side-eye face. But we've got our girl Chloe. At least I think that's her name, Chloe, over here. Like, okay, freak. What are you doing, freak? Also, like, mild disgust. Your pet could have an overbite of some kind, or like some of their teeth might show. And then we got here Rider. Okay, so before we get into the tarot, I just want to say, like, your animal, your pet, is like a ride or die. They seriously love you. They love being around you. They want to go everywhere you go. They just want to be by your side all the time, and they are, you know, very brave and excited to be there. With breaking free here in the reverse, SZA did come up a couple of times in our identifiers, not by herself, but even just like with the way that this tiger's eye, like the lines go, it makes me think of like jail cells, like a jail cell, like bars. There's that line in one of SZA's songs where it's like, fucking with you feels like jail or something. I really don't know that song very well. But I feel like your pet wants you to know that, like, they're down for whatever, and they just don't want to be cooped up. They don't want to be left behind. They don't want to be, you might have crate trained, especially if this is a dog, you might have crate trained your dog, or if this is like a reptilian animal, you know, often they are kept in like tanks and stuff like that. So you might want to let them out a little bit more often. I don't see them trying to break free. They may even, you know, really like their tank or their cage or whatever, but they don't like being cooped up so much of the time. So yeah, let's see. I just had this thought, like, I'm just like you for real. And it was because I was looking at this mermaid, and, you know, mermaids are half animal, which is why I decided to include them here. But then there's like these little teeny tiny fish down here, and it just made me think like the mermaid is like, I'm just like you for real. So yeah, I think that your pet has this inner knowing that, like, you guys are not only like soulmates, but that you both are these like beautifully brilliant conscious beings that are not only fated to be together, but are deeply similar in a lot of ways. And oftentimes, you know, your pet can pick up some of your own mannerisms and stuff like that. And just thinking about how the whole side-eye thing came about, like, it's funny how dogs can have such human facial expressions sometimes. Like, we think of dogs as smiling, and they do the side eye, and we think it's like because they're throwing shade or whatever, right? And this can definitely talk about how, you know, dogs especially, but all kinds of animals, like, they have their own free will. They're able to make choices, and they deserve to roam free. I was talking in the Identifiers portion about some of the things that happen with like industrial farming and stuff. And this just makes me think about like, cage-free chickens and free range cows and chickens and horses and stuff like that. And if you think you'd be miserable trapped in a cage or trapped in a tank all the time or whatever, then you should think about how your pet feels if you're doing that to them too often. Yeah. So they might be giving you the side eye for that, because they're like, we're more alike than you know. So yeah. The way that this girl is looking at me right now, it's like, you know better. You should feel guilty. What are you doing? And there is like even a little bit of hurt in this photo. I know that we typically see it and like we think it's funny, but there's a little bit of hurt here, and also like accusation actually coming through for me in the eyes. And so yeah, I think that your pet is a little bit hurt by something that you did, or maybe by the way that you treat either them or other animals or anything like that. So yeah, interesting. I always find it so interesting when I include these meme cards in here, because you really never, like, a picture is worth 1,000 words. You really never know what is going to come through from it. And the fact that animals can't communicate to us with words, it's really interesting to be able to like use the pictures, and especially use these meme pictures without any of their accompanying captions to channel forth what it is that they're trying to say. But yeah, so your dog, I want to keep saying dogs. Maybe a lot of you guys have dogs, but obviously not everybody here has a dog. I'm sorry, you guys. Some of you guys might have like fish or some sort of like aquatic animal. Especially, we do have an octopus here, and we have a fish here in this one as well. We've got tiger, so some of you guys, that's a big cat. Some of you guys might be cat owners. We do have camel here. Maybe some of you guys have pet camels. But we also that reminds me of like a horse or something like that as well too. I don't know if you guys have ever seen your pet maybe get like watery-eyed a little bit, but I feel like I keep wanting to call her Chloe. Is that this girl's name? If you guys know this girl's name, you can leave it in the comments. But I feel like her eyes, like, they feel a little watery to me. So there is a little bit of sadness in here. And like I said, it's like a little accusatory. I think there's something here to be said about using an animal for your own benefit, which I have not formed an opinion on that yet. But like just thinking about the way that, humans often will ride camels or ride horses or whatever. Sometimes maybe your pet thinks that like their presence in your life is more to your benefit than it is to their benefit. And so that goes, for example, with like the whole crate thing or like the cage thing. Like if you're leaving your pet in a crate or a cage for more time than they really should be in there, then are you really like doing what's best for your pet, or is your pet simply there for you? So there needs to be some sort of like equal give and take. But your pet is definitely accusing you of something in this reading, so that is coming through. But they did first and foremost want me to say that like they love you. Like I said, they're ride or die for you. They want to go everywhere you go. I know that often, there are some pets that are confined to our homes, like for example a fish or like a snake or something. And then there are some pets that maybe get to roam free a little bit more or get to go with us places. Like, there's outdoor cats where like maybe you feed the cat like lives outside. Maybe you have an indoor outdoor cat where the cat can come inside, but then it also can go and roam around the neighborhood. That was a lot of like what my family had when I was growing up. We let our cats go outside, and they had these whole like mysterious lives, that we knew nothing about. But then they would come home to us and hang out with us. And then there are strictly indoor cats who they never leave the house, right? Same kind of thing like thinking about with dogs. Of course, there are always strays and stuff like that, but like some people don't take their dogs outside the house, and other people bring their dogs with them like everywhere, or they go to the park all the time every day in addition to going to a walk. I feel like your pet definitely wants to be more active. And they're manifesting it. They're definitely manifesting it. They're like, I'm trying to get my owner to know that I want to be more active. I want to break free. I feel too cooped up. I want to break free. That song by Queen coming through for sure. And I think that they know in deep down that like you're capable of doing this for them, which is part of where that inner knowing comes from. All right, Spirit, we got pile 1 here on the line. I'd like to get pile 1's guides, angels, benevolent ancestors, higher selves. I would like to get pile 1's pets, guides, angels, benevolent ancestors, and higher selves on the line and into the spot. What would the pets want to say to pile 1? If they could say anything, what would the pets want to say to pile 1? If the pets could give any message to pile 1, what would that message be? All right, we've got here the 6 of Cups in reverse. Interesting. The 9 of Wands here in reverse. The 2 of Cups in reverse. The 7 of Wands in reverse. All these reversals, I swear to you guys, this deck is not like fully reversed cards. There are plenty of cards here upright, right? So it's kind of interesting that we got all reversals on here. So yeah, there's some sort of blockage going on in your relationship with your pet right now. At the time of you watching this reading. With the moon here, something is going to be revealed soon, which I feel like goes with this inner knowing. There could be some sort of secret or like energy already in the air that is coming through. You know what I've just realized right now is that we did not take the time to read about any of these crystals. I just read about what's on the bottom of them. So I would like to actually do that now. So we're going to go in the order of what I've picked out, which is going to be Tiger's Eye first. Let's do that. The Tiger's Eye stone encourages you to delve deep within your core to find true courage. This powerful stone works strongly with the solar plexus chakra as it assists in bringing a balance, strength, and courage. You can call on it when you require support, especially when learning to embrace courage. This crystal allows you to see situations clearly and powerfully assists in decision making. So some of you guys may have a decision to make coming up soon. This allows you to open deeply to spiritual wisdom and live it on a day-to-day basis. So there could be something to do with your daily routine. We talked about parks and being out of the park, that kind of thing. Encourages courage and strength, allows you to stay focused on the task, supports in challenging and confrontational situations, supports in finding your inner truths, and draws in courage from your spirit to face challenges. So especially with this moon card here in the reverse, your pet could have been going through a somewhat fearful situation recently, and they are drawing upon their courage at this time. They may have been felt overwhelmed by challenges, people, situations, and events in life, and they could take some encouragement from you as well. All right, let's go look at the Brazilianite. Brazilianite resonates the energy of flexibility and empowerment, offering it to all who cross its path. It gently guides you to release tension and loosen the reins. So yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about with the whole tank, cage, crate situation. So the divine light of the universe is able to ebb and flow into your life experiences. It shares its wisdom and divine timing as you open to receive its magic, allowing you to practice flexibility in all aspects of your life. Flexibility makes it easier to make decisions. So there we go again with decision making. Some sort of decision that you might have to make could be coming up. Creating and allowing more inner peace. So something else that I'm thinking about right now is that your current home for your pet, like if you have, I'm going to just leave that as it is because it could be like your apartment or it could be the tank or the crate or whatever. might be a little bit too small for them. They should have enough space to, fully stretch out, to, be able to turn around at the very least. But this is definitely making me think of like maybe people whose apartments are too small and they have like a larger dog, and your pet may not be happy. Or maybe you have like a long snake and the tank is like a good size, but the snake doesn't have enough space to like fully stretch out or something like that, So they're always like coiled up. The Brazilianite assists in decision making, brings inner peace and self-awareness, enhances flexibility in your life, assists in enhancing creative projects, and talks about self-empowerment. When you allow for more flexibility in life, you will open to a whole new world of opportunity. I did say, like the tiger reminds me of a big cat. And now I'm thinking about Jasmine from the movie Aladdin and how she had a really big cat. I think she called it like Raja or something. But then when it says like a whole new world, also makes me think about Aladdin. So that could be significant for some of you guys. This card is a sign that you're being a little too hard on yourself and rigid in your decisions. So you might be being a little too hard on your pet and a little too rigid in the decisions that you make for or about your pet. Your pet can be feeling frustrated or challenged by others' opinions, meaning your opinions. Whatever your situation, you are being invited to be a little bit more understanding and patient. So yeah, your pet is definitely asking for you to be more patient with them. It says this is a vulnerable time, and the goals that you are trying to achieve require flexibility and support. It says here it's time to set yourself free and cut those ropes that you seem to wrap around yourself at times. So something else here, like maybe your pet doesn't like if they have like a leash. They may not like the leash. Maybe it's time to get them a different one. Maybe like a longer leash, or for some of you guys it could be a shorter leash. Just something about their leash they don't like. Maybe their harness. And your pet is asking you to see things from a different perspective. So you may be sitting here, listening to this being like, well, I can't get them a bigger crate, or I can't get them a different harness because we're working on XYZ in their training, or I can't move to a bigger apartment because I can't afford it, or whatever. Your pet is asking you to open your eyes to a different perspective and see that there's potentially more than one answer, more than one way to look at something. So as you allow this new state of consciousness, you allow the gifts of life to flow straight to you. Be open and willing to allow more flexibility to touch your world and your current situation. As you go more with the flow, feel the new sense of freedom and expansion that comes with the willingness to be open and flexible. So yeah, they definitely want the space to expand, for sure. And going back to the whole like industrial farming thing and the whole like cage-free or free range situation, a lot of, if not most, chickens especially are not raised that way, and a lot of them have very, very, very little space. Some of them, can barely even move in the spaces that they're in. So there's definitely just like a feeling of like being constricted here. Your pet feels constricted in some way, shape, or form. Last but not least, we've got Libyan gold tektite. This is a powerful meteorite found in the Libyan desert. Ooh, desert energy here with this camel as well. The energy of this unique crystal is truly potent and magical, something that is out of this world. Its various properties allow for deep connection and healing on many levels. Its medicine supports and assists in expanding into higher planes of existence, creating a deeper connection to the higher self. So yeah, your pet wants a deeper connection to you, and I talked about how like your pet is like a ride or die. They're down to go anywhere with you, and they feel like being on more journeys or more trips, or just out with you a little bit more would help you guys to bond. And that's like in everyday life. This stone also assists with connecting to higher realms and other dimensions where you can awaken to the wisdom beyond this earthly plane of existence. This crystal helps to assist in connecting to light beings from other galaxies and dimensions. So I always think it's interesting how we like live with our pets, but we can never really know like what's going on with them, and like how they communicate. There are all different kinds of ways that animals communicate that humans just do not understand. And even in some cases, ways that animals communicate that are solely for humans to understand. So like cats do not meow at other cats. They only meow at humans, right? So just thinking about how like we're all like kind of on these different planes of existence in some ways. And that actually makes me think about something that I heard about dogs. And, you know, like you get to go out into the world and you could go wherever you want every day. Whereas for most people, their house is like the main domain that the dog gets to stay in. And some people don't let their pets on the furniture and stuff like that. And it's like you're already keeping them confined to a small space that is your home. And then you're making that space even smaller by not allowing them to go certain places. And I'm not sitting here saying, you know, let your pet up in the bed if you don't want your pet up in the bed. But there are just this idea of confinement and being on different planes of existence and things like that are coming to me right now. Releasing fear of the unknown, allowing more trust in your life. So your pet definitely wants you to trust them more. You maybe don't trust them as much as you could trust them. So like for some of you guys, maybe you were like potty training your dog and you're afraid that they will go poo-poo in the house while you're gone. Meanwhile, they may be fully potty trained and you crate them even if you're going outside for like, you know, 4 or 5 hours because you're afraid that they're going to have an accident, but they might be fully potty trained and they don't necessarily need to be crated. Again, as the pet's owner, you have full decision and full discretion over what you do with your pet, but your pet just wants you to know that you can trust them more and maybe to be a little bit more flexible on certain things. This Brazilianite is really interesting to me because it reminds me kind of like of a peace lily. So like peace lilies, they have these stems on their leaves and the stems have like an opening on the side where a flower can come out, and the flower usually is white. And it's just interesting how we've talked about peace here as well. So I think that you can be at peace with certain things when it comes to certain decisions that you've made for your pet, especially when it comes to like restricting them. You could be at peace giving them more freedom that they are asking for. This Libyan gold tektite also dissolves fear around extraterrestrial beings. Yeah, I feel like your pet has a lot of like dreams and a lot of things that they would like to do, maybe that they have seen other animals do or that they did before they lived with you or whatever, and they would like to be able to experience those things again. And I think that they have a little bit of frustration, and I think that they're actually like really grateful for this reading. That's something that I'm getting because it's like they've been manifesting a way to tell you this, and now there finally is a way that they can tell you this. This book is saying when you're aligned with your inner truth and grounded and solid in this essence, manifestation becomes a natural and effortless process. So anything that you're trying to manifest with your pet, like let's say going back to training them to do a certain thing or whatever, it really goes back to being grounded and solid in the relationship that you have with them and the trust that you guys are building together. And here with this Two of Cups in reverse, it's like you guys are a good match, but there's some sort of mistrust here. There's something missing. There's something that is not perfectly aligned. And the Nine of Wands in reverse is like, you know, being almost militant about something. You know, there's some sort of hurt here again, you know. The Nine of Wands, typically in the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, has like some sort of bandage across the head, like there's a psychic bandage or psychic wound, and it's like there is some sort of wound in the communication between you and your pet. And so you haven't been picking up on this, which is why I am getting that they're grateful to be able to come and say it through this tarot reading. You guys might have been experiencing a lot of synchronicities lately. Definitely that was kind of coming through in the identifiers as well. But your pet wants you to know that like whatever it is that you want them to do, they'll do it. They're happy to do it. You know, if you're trying to teach them something new, if you're trying to do something new with them or whatever, like, they're happy to do it. And you need to trust them a little bit more. There is so much potential for a beautiful, an even more beautiful relationship here. And even if you guys, you know, are not soulmates, because that was like my first interpretation of the Two of Cups, but now that I'm glad that I decided to read these first. I'm glad that I decided to read these first because I think that it gave me a more accurate interpretation. Like, I'm not here to tell anybody, like, you and your pet don't belong together. Like, I'm not about to tell anybody that. Especially since I said your pet is trying to ride or die for you, you know? But there's just a lack of trust here. And that's just a little confirmation. There's this idea of not wanting to let your guard down or let their guard down. You need to be more trusting with them, and things will come to the surface that I think will impress you in a certain way. Your pet is definitely happy most of the time, but they do have some conflicting emotions, which I think are like the secrets that we're talking about here. They have some conflicting emotions because I think that they think you don't respect them as like an independent being, and they want your respect. They also want to not be so bored all the time. This chick looks bored as hell on this Nine of Wands card. Very, very bored. So I think your pet is a little bit, just wants more activity, wants more space, wants, you know, more playtime, or just wants to be out more if they can. I know that that's like difficult with like a fish or a turtle or whatever, but you know, you can always look up on Google like games to play with my fish, games to play with my turtle, or whatever. You know what is funny now? I'm thinking about that show, Only Murders in the Building. There was an episode in season 3 where Steve Martin's character, he is, for a time in season 3, engaged to this woman named Joy who has so many fish. It's like 60 something fish. And she brings this like crazy aquarium to his house full of all these fish. And then there's one fish in there that she kind of like associates with him, and they are like having a rocky relationship. So she like takes all of her fish except for that one, which I think she names like President McKinley or something. And she takes all the fish except for that one and leaves him with that one fish to kind of like let Steve Martin's character know like what it is that she thinks about him. And she's like, you two deserve each other or whatever, right? And he bags up the fish. So like he gets a big bag with some of like the aquarium water, and he puts the fish in it, and he starts carrying the fish around. He starts just like carrying the fish around and bringing it to like different places, you know, that he's going around New York or whatever. And like, I just think that's so funny. I've never seen anybody do that before, but you know, just goes to show that there are different ways. Just change your perspective, open up your mind. There are different things that you can do to allow your pet to have more freedom without, you know, endangering them or anybody else or anything like that. And so yeah, your pet is kind of bored. They definitely want you to trust them more, and they are ready for you to let your guard down for sure. It's like very interesting because looking at these pillars of light here on these wands cards, it's like here they're all the way up, and then it's like if you trusted them more, you could start letting them down. Like they're all the way up to the top of the card here, and here it's like they're lowering, right? So yeah, they want you to start letting the guards down, letting the barriers down, whether those are physical barriers, like letting them, you know, maybe stay out of their cage for longer, or emotional barriers or whatever that you guys have between you and your pet. because they are kind of hurt by it. They love you, and you know, they trust you completely. Like, you're their whole world. And so they want you to trust them too. It's like, this is a two-way street, you know? And the moon card here, like, look, she even has all her pets here. I didn't even notice that until now. Like, she's got a lobster, she got like a wolf, she got a dog. She got all these pets here. And here in reverse, it's like maybe there's not enough, she's not able to split her attention between them all. Because, you know, the moon goes in phases. Sometimes it's full, sometimes it's not there at all, sometimes it's waxing and waning, and I think your pet just wants to spend more time with you. And also it's like they're on an adventure. Look, like they're like out in like a pond or something, you know? They want to go on an adventure with you. I'm called to turn this over now. Because it's just like the idea of like things can change. Just change your perspective a little bit. Things can change. All right, pile one, make sure that you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Both of those things have direct benefits to you. Whenever you like the video, it helps more of my videos to pop up on your page. It also helps me to know better what kinds of videos that you actually enjoy. And it helps other people in the community by pushing the video farther out on the algorithm so that people who may need to hear this message for their own pet, for their own happy home life, they can find it. And when you subscribe to me, it makes you and I more connected so that my readings are more pinpointed to you and your energy. So yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. And leave a comment down below and tell me what kind of pet you have. I would love to know. I'm always very curious about those kinds of things. So definitely let me know what kind of pet you have and maybe even what their name is. I would love that. My pet, his name is Milo. He's a little doggy. He's a little Chinese crested doggy. Yeah, so anyway, thank you so much for watching. I love you all. I love your pets too. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye. What's up, pile two? My pile two-lians, how are you? I hope that everybody is doing great. I hope this video reaches you all well. Some of you guys could definitely be corporate baddies because that's usually how people like to start their emails in the corporate world for whatever reason. If you chose the Animal Totem Tarot, then we're going to get into your identifiers right now. If you want to skip over this portion of the reading, then the actual part with the cards is going to be the next timestamp. It's going to say pile 2 reading. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this sucker. We've got our lip bowl with our identifiers. The way that these work is that at least one or two of these things should be familiar to you, significant to you somehow, could have shown up in your life in the last few days, possibly last few weeks for some of you guys, but probably days. And yeah, that's how it goes. I'm gonna go ahead and swirl around in here. We're looking at messages from your pet. So my pile 2 people who chose pile 2, who are they? Who are my pile 2 people? Who chose pile 2, Spirit? While I'm doing this, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. When you subscribe, it makes me and you more connected so that I can pinpoint your energy a little bit more and make sure that I am getting the nuances of your particular situation in the reading. And when you like the video, it helps it to spread a little farther on YouTube so that maybe somebody else who needs to hear this message can actually find it. So please do both of those things for the channel and for your fellow man or woman or non-binary person of friendship and community. Anybody else in pile 2, Spirit? Anybody else in pile 2? All right, let's do this. These piles, I think, are a little bit smaller because it's messages from your pet, and like not everybody has a pet, obviously. So yeah, pile 2, let's see. We've got Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. That is a movie. It's also a book. The movie stars Kat Dennings and Michael Cera as Nora and Nick, respectively. Road trip. Maybe you went on a road trip. Maybe you're planning a road trip recently. They kind of go on like a road trip of sorts in that movie. It's not like from one place to another place necessarily. It's like they're going all over New York City in this van looking for her friend Caroline. The number 4, so that could be the month of April, which would be Aries, Taurus energy. You could have 4 kids in your family, 4 people in your family. You might live on the 4th floor of your building or an apartment number 4, 4th street, something like that. You could be seeing 444, that kind of thing. If I Were You, that's a movie about a woman who becomes friends with her husband's mistress. And they like decide, they help each other make decisions in their lives. That's very interesting. Pretty sure I saw it on like Paramount Plus or something, or yeah, probably Peacock maybe. Doctor Strange from Marvel, or just Marvel in general. I believe that Doctor Strange is played by Benedict Cumberbatch, but I don't really watch Marvel, so I would not really know. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. All About Love by Bell Hooks. That is a book, you guessed it, all about love. What love is, what love isn't. Interesting. It's an interesting vibe to bring to this reading. So sometimes the identifiers like do have a direct impact on the meaning of the reading, and sometimes they're literally just to help you identify if the reading is for you or not. So I always think it's like interesting when I get a vibe that it's like gonna be about the reading. Next up, we've got fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you could have one of those or multiple of those in your big 3. That would be sun, moon, or rising. You might have a fire sign Venus. You could also have a fire sign stellium, like a lot of planets in one particular sign. So for example, a lot of planets in Leo, like me. Monopoly. So you might be playing Monopoly Go. Maybe you played the actual board game Monopoly recently. Maybe it's your favorite game. Maybe you have plans to play that game on like a game night soon. That also is the name of a song by Ariana Grande and Victoria Monet. I've been on the road, where have you been? That's how that song starts. So yeah, road trip energy coming through here, or traveling or something like that. Company by Drake featuring Travis Scott. I need some company. So maybe like a travel companion coming through, who knows? Footloose by Kenny Loggins. That's a song. That is the theme song for a movie. The movie's also called Footloose. It's like about a town of people who aren't allowed to dance because like dancing is associated with the devil or something. I don't know. I've never seen it. Cheers, drink to that by Rihanna. Yeah. That samples Avril Lavigne. I'm with you. We've got the number 1 here. Number 1, you could be seeing 111 or 1111. You might be an only child. You might be terminally single, solo dolo, man on the moon, Kid Cudi coming through. You could live in apartment number 1. You could live on the 1st floor, 1st street, 1st avenue, something like that. What do I want to say? Maybe you have like 1 parent or something like that. 1 pet. 5. So 415, I believe, isn't that the area code for like San Francisco or the Bay Area? 514, 154, 145, any of those number combinations. And then 555, you might be seeing around all the same things I said for numbers 4 and 1, but 5 is the month of May. I forgot to say this about 1. We'll go back to that. 5 is the month of May, which is Taurus and Gemini energy as well. You could live on the 5th floor, 5th apartment, 5 people in your family, etc., etc. 1 is the month of January. So that could be Capricorn or Aquarius energy. Yeah. Okay. What do we have here? We've got BoJack Horseman. You could live alone, speaking of solo dolo as well. Mugler, designer. Angela Bassett. Wasn't she a voice on BoJack? I believe she was. I believe she did voice somebody on BoJack. So BoJack Horseman is an animated TV series. It is on Netflix. It's about a horseman who became a TV star and he was really famous in his day, but then he's like kind of like out of work, living on his residuals, etc. And I believe Angela Bassett voices like his publicist at one point. She voiced Anna Spanakopita. Spanakopita? I don't know. In BoJack Horseman. So interesting that came out. Love her. Splinter by Spilltab. That's a song. You might just, really like Angela Bassett. You might have seen some of her movies recently. It doesn't have to be specifically in relation to BoJack Horseman. You might have seen any of the shows that she was on as well recently. We've got Work From Home by Fifth Harmony. So that's a song, but also you could maybe just work from home. We can work from home. Oh. 10 Things I Hate About You. That's a movie starring Julia Stiles and Heath Ledger, R.I.P. Honey Dijon. That is a type of mustard. It is also the stage name of a famous DJ. Honey Dijon. 8701, the album by Usher. So 8701 itself, like the number could be significant to you somehow. That could be like an address number or something like that, but the album by Usher specifically. 4th of July, USA Independence Day. So that date, the 4th of July, could be specific to something that happened significant to you. It's Independence Day here in the United States, but if your country has a different Independence Day, if you have one, then it could be the date of your country's Independence Day. It doesn't have to be 4th of July. Nobody's Supposed to Be Here by Deborah Cox. How did you get here? Driving at night. See, I'm telling you, the road trip energy is strong in this pile. Okay, maybe you like take your pet driving a lot or something. Los Angeles. I just wanted to say Los Angeles. I don't know why. Los Angeles, LA. Patti LaBelle. So we got some OG black divas coming out here. Angela Bassett, Patti LaBelle, love it for us. Rihanna. Speaking of Rihanna, we got Energy by Drake. LOL. I don't know if you guys were there or you saw that time that Drake like confessed his love to Rihanna on stage at like one of the award shows. Embarrassing. Not to judge anybody, but Mr. Fishhoder. Maybe you guys have fish. Mr. Fishhoder is a character on Bob's Burgers. He is the landlord for Bob's restaurant and house because it's in the same building. We've got here Monstera. That is a type of plant. It is the plant with like those big leaves that have the holes in them, so it's kind of like Swiss cheese. We've got The Coldest Winter Ever by Sister Souljah. That is a book. The Coldest Winter Ever. About a girl named Winter. Flight 99 by Taku, Matt McWaters, and Masego. That's a song. So yeah, travel energy coming up. Addis Ababa, capital of Ethiopia. Marlon Wayans, famous actor and comedian. The Departed. It's a movie starring Jack Nicholson, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Matt Damon. All right, we've got lavender. So you could really like lavender. That might be like your favorite scent or something, or favorite color. Maybe somebody was talking about it, maybe somebody wore it recently, or maybe you have like plans to go somewhere and you're gonna wear something lavender. That also makes me think of like Lavender Brown. Isn't that the name of a character from Matilda? I feel like it is. I am wrong. Lavender Brown is a character from Harry Potter, okay? She is, I guess, a fellow Gryffindor, is that true? She is, and she was Ron's girlfriend for like the hottest of seconds. So we got some witchy energy up in here. Speaking of witchy energy, I said Matilda. Matilda is like a little witch. Yes. Okay. So you know what? Points to me. 12 points to Empress of Fortune. Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's a band from Los Angeles. we've got karaoke. Ooh. So maybe you guys like to go to karaoke. Maybe somebody recently sang some Red Hot Chili Peppers at karaoke or something. Or Patti LaBelle, or Cheers, Drink to That by Rihanna. We've got Nicole Byer. She's a comedian and actress. And then last but not least, what do we have? This says The Wild Thornberrys. Nigel Thornberry. The Wild Thornberrys. That was a TV show on Nickelodeon about this family where the parents were like researchers or something, kind of like Steve Irwin. And it was about like their travels all around different locales and the different animals they came in touch with. And oh my gosh, Eliza Thornberry, she's the daughter who is like the main character of the show. She talks to animals. So it's very, very timely that that would come out here, because we're doing a What Would Your Pet Say to You? Messages from Your Pet reading. And she talks to animals. That's so funny. All right, guys. Make sure you like this video. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe. I'm about to go write these down in my tarot journal. Oh, you know what I'm noticing? We got 2 Drake songs that came out. We have Company by Drake featuring Travis Scott. We've got Energy by Drake as well here. So Drake might be important to you for some reason or somehow. I don't know. But y'all, let's get into it, y'all. I also forgot to say this in pile 1, but the fire signs here, right here, that could actually apply to your pet. So, you know, I know some people like to celebrate their pet's birthdays. So your pet could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, which is cute. Also, I already moved them, so this is going to be a little editing magic for you guys. But the numbers 4 and 5 are very important because we did get both of those actually coming out. That's number 1. But we got number 4 and 5 coming out, and then we got 5th Harmony, and we actually also got 4th of July as well. So here's the 4. Let's see if I can find the other ones, like I said. Here's 5th Harmony. Here's 4th of July. Let's just see if I can find that 5. Where did you go, friend? Here it is. So yeah, 4 and 5, or the numbers 45 or 54, could also be significant to you somehow as well. I'm going to go write these down in my tarot journal. If you want your very own tarot journal, the link is down below in the description box. I made one especially for you guys. I think that you really love it. It's very helpful to write down your insights and things like that. Whenever you make a reading for yourself or you watch a reading, it helps you to remember all of the important lessons that you learned so that you can grow and move forward from it. You know, tarot is a tool for growth, so you shouldn't just be sitting around watching readings back to back. You should be trying to internalize the information that you learned so that you can grow and reach new levels. I also wanted to say that, speaking of lavender, I have like a little lavender pouch right here, so it's funny that that came out. Interessante. Alrighty. I'll see you guys in a second. What's up, pile 2? Welcome back to your reading. This part is the part with the cards. So if you chose the Animal Totem Tarot, then this reading is for you, assuming that your intuition steered you the right way. Sometimes we got to do a little double check. Sometimes we got to do a little meditation just to make sure, but you know, hopefully your intuition is bringing you to the right place. If not, then you can always pick a different pile. That's totally fine. I did pre-pull some cards for this reading. We're going to go through those first, and then we'll get into the actual tarot cards. I have not looked at these. I don't know what they say. I don't know anything about it. But yeah, these are messages from your pet. Let's see what we get here. We got 3 kind of like emotions cards. We got a crystal card here. We've got 2 meme cards. Those are like just pictures, so there's no words along with them, just pictures of famous memes. And that could, I guess, potentially show us how your pet is feeling at the time of this reading. And we've got the Lunar Nomad Oracle, which something so funny. This was one of the first, if not the first Oracle decks that I got when I started my collection, and I just noticed that like this moon has like this like little sparkle coming off of it in the keyhole right here. And I don't know what that's about, but I feel like I should say something about it. So yeah, okay. Let's see, we're gonna go with these first. We've got communication. Okie dokie. We have trust. Ooh, okay. Trust here in the reverse. You may have some messages in pile 1 as well, y'all. Or instead. Let's say as well. And then we've got here, go with the flow. Okay, cool. Go with the flow, trust, and communication. Important concepts, all of those. So, yeah, your pet is letting you know that they are ready to go with the flow of whatever it is that you want to do. They're down. They're going with the flow of life. They're probably pretty chill. Maybe your pet is not the most trustworthy. So definitely do a gut check, like an intuition check. There's a reason why I said that at the beginning of this reading. I normally do not say that. So definitely do a gut check and make sure you weren't meant to choose pile 1. If you need to meditate a few minutes or whatever beforehand, or, you know, just try and feeling the energy through the phone, whatever. Maybe your pet is not that trustworthy. I think the pet in pile 1 was trustworthy, and maybe, I don't know, we need to know more about pile 2, but it's possible that maybe, despite communication, and maybe you guys are improving your communication or the communication is working out well, maybe the pet just isn't that trustworthy. We'll find out. I don't know. Diopside, Mother Earth. Ooh, that's a beautiful card. Look at this card, you guys. Look at this crystal. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. She's gorgeous. I'm going to put this down here because we got a little glare situation. So already I am feeling some very distinct differences between this pile and pile 1, even though some of the same concepts are coming out, because the whole layout is already different. Not only in terms of like how many cards we got for each thing, but also just like the way that I'm laying the cards out is different. So, okay, let's go here. Spirit, what does pile 2's pet want to tell pile 2? Oh, that's gross. I have never seen this meme before. That is nasty. You know who that reminds me of? That reminds me of Colt from 90 Day Fiancé. I do not want to look at that this whole time. So I'm going to go ahead and cover it up because I find it to be a little icky. A little icky. Something interesting. Something interesting, but that I'm hesitant to mention right now is, and I don't remember if I talked about this in the intro. I know I talked about it in pile 1. Some of you guys may be asking about non-animal pets. Okay, so, you know, sometimes for like BDSM, people have like a pet thing that has nothing to do with animals at all. Like, there's no animals involved. It's just maybe somebody calls another person their pet, or maybe it's like the furries or something like that. So some of you guys might be asking about that kind of situation. That obviously is not for everybody here. That's very obviously, like, this was a reading intended to be about messages from like your animal pets. But you never know. For those of you guys who this is like a BDSM thing, maybe the person really enjoys pain or something like that. I don't know. And then we have this one here. President Joe Biden looking out the window. That reminds me of like when somebody has a pet who just like waits by the door, just like waiting for them. They're like, oh, oh, oh. And they're just sort of, you know, sad, and they just wait for you to come home. Aww. Alright, and then last but not least, we got this Lunar Nomad Oracle card. What would their pet like to tell them? What would pile 2's pet like to tell them? Tower. Yeah, so this definitely has to do with the house. Definitely has something to do with your home. card is still just tripping me out. And then it's also just like how big this dude is. This might have something to do with like your pet eating a lot or eating too much or gaining weight or being lazy in some way. Let's read the diopside card from the book and see what messages we can get from that. Mother Earth. All right, so this diopside has to do with the heart chakra. This loving healing crystal is deeply connected to and aligned with the heart of the earth. The medicine of diopside will gently guide you into the inner chambers of the heart to know your true essence. So the first thing already that I'm getting when I said like this could have something to do with like being at the house, eating too much, something to do with laziness. Like your dog may, I don't know why I wanted to say your dog, your pet. I guess it's because I have a dog. Your pet could be dealing with some sort of health issue that's kind of painful for them. And maybe you are not noticing it, or maybe they're not fully exhibiting symptoms yet. They might be kind of lethargic or listless in some ways. They may not want to go out as much anymore. With the whole thing about like maybe you can't trust them as much, like they might have like an incontinence issue, especially with go with the flow here. So maybe they're like peeing more than normal, or peeing in places they're not supposed to pee in, or using the bathroom more than normal or whatever. Because, you know, birds, they don't pee. They use the bathroom in different ways. Do birds pee? I don't think so. It comes out as like the pure urea or whatever, right? I don't know exactly. I think so. I don't know a lot about birds. But they may be trying to communicate this with you, and you may just not be picking up on what they're putting down. They may have gained a lot of weight recently, or something to do with their weight recently. Yeah, let's see. But medicine, this book saying something about medicine of Mother Earth makes me think that they could need, maybe they need to go to the vet. Maybe they need some medicine and you haven't been able to get it for them, or something like that. The diopside encourages one to feel the oneness with the earth and the blessings and healing that come with such a sacred connection. Mother Gaia shares her medicine of divine love, nurturing, grounding, balance, and deep feminine energy of healing. Diopside also assists in healing unresolved wounds from your mother. Interesting. So yeah, your pet could be hurt in some way or could need some sort of healing somehow. Your pet could also be, I just wanted to say homesick, but I don't mean it in terms of like homesick from your home, especially if you got them from like when they were a baby. They might like miss their family or something like that. Or if you moved, they might miss their old house or something like that. Your pet is definitely very grateful to you for providing for them so well. They know that you give them everything that they need and everything that they could want, and they are super grateful to you for that, and they love you for that for sure. And they do feel very connected to you, but they want to feel more connected to you. Oh, you know what's so interesting and weird that I said the whole lethargic thing is that it says right here in this book, perhaps you have been feeling disconnected, lethargic, or require some healing and guidance. I love when I'm able to pick up on stuff like that. Like, it just is so validating. Whatever your situation is, Mother Earth, along with Diopside, has heard your calls for help and is here to offer you healing and support, and to let you know she loves you. Feel her nurturing vibration under your feet, supporting each step you take here on the planet. Tune into her heartbeat and open to receive her divine love into your heart. It's time for you to reconnect back to your roots and the earth. Take some time out in nature, spend time in the garden, or lie among the trees. Feel yourself being held and embraced by the earth as you allow this energy to recharge and revitalize each and every cell of your mind, body, and spirit. There's a song that I'm thinking about right now called like Every Little Cell by Equanimous. I believe that's how you say it. Oh, the song is called Cellular Upgrade by Equanimous. It's the We Saw Lions remix. Go listen to that one if you have time. So also your pet could have some sort of heart issues, especially thinking about this card and like where the placements are. Like that's typically where they would put, you know, like the defibrillator on if somebody was having a heart attack or something like that. So your pet could be having some issues with their heart. And this is a heart chakra card. You might enjoy spending time outside with your pet, or your pet could just want to go outside more, is a possibility, especially with this one here. Maybe they're feeling like they spend a lot of time inside, they want to be outside, even if they're not going to like run around and do anything crazy. Even if they are still going to be lethargic, they would still just like to like be outside, is what I'm getting here. And if you do let them outside often, then they appreciate it. Even if they don't always take the opportunity, they definitely still appreciate it. Some of you guys might have older pets. Definitely thinking not only about his age, Joe Biden's age, but also the fact that we have the Santa hat on in this one here. Whenever people say something like May, December relationships, it usually means that one person is younger and one person is older. So December being like the later part of the year. Some of you guys might have senior pets or older pets. That obviously is not going to apply to everybody here, but your pet may be trying to signal to you that something is wrong or something is hurting them. This could also be a message from a deceased pet for some of you guys, because we do have like these like angel wings on the Tower card here, and the whole thing about like senior pets being older, pets having some sort of sickness. Some of you guys may be getting a message from a passed on pet here. And if that's the case, then like I said, they want you to know that like they so appreciate all the things that you did to provide for them, and they definitely saw you as like their real parent, and they loved you, and they just, you know, have so many good memories with you. That's really cute. And they do wish that they had more time and like could be running around with you some more as well. I kind of want to know why this trust card is in the reverse, but I guess we'll find out in a little bit. Yeah, this seems like a situation that either was very painful, like if your pet passed away, that's a very painful time, or it's a situation where your pet may have some sort of pain now. Let's see. The Tower card in this deck is not the same as the Tower card in the tarot. It's actually about like strength and fortifying your space, fortifying your connection. It's about house and home and having a strong home space and a strong home foundation. It can also talk about education in some ways. So some of you guys may need to like educate yourself a little bit more on what it is that your pet needs to be eating, especially since we're talking here about Mother Earth being like, you know, the provider for all of humankind. You may need to educate yourself on what it is exactly that your pet is eating, because there maybe is a healthier option for them or something like that. And, you know, they rely totally on you. So you have to be the one to give them what they need. All right, messages from Pile. Ace of Swords coming out saying, yes, yes, please. So, and especially like with the panda on here eating the bamboo, right? So that is like a panda's natural food source, is the bamboo stick. So you may want to do a little bit more research on your pet's natural food source and what they would eat if they were like in the wild. Even though, you know, some like, especially dogs, like they're bred to be in the house. They're not really bred to be in the wild necessarily. So you should do some research on like what a dog of your kind would eat, or like what a fish would eat if they were in the ocean or whatever, right? And you should, or like what a bird would eat if they were outside flying free, because maybe what you're feeding them is not what's best for them and for their digestive system. Okay, let's see, what else would Pile 2's pet say to them if they could say anything? Pile 2, what else would your pet say to you? It's interesting that we got Ace of Swords here, because go with the flow and communication, like directly talk about that. It's like about an open exchange of communication. It's like the first seed of an idea, but it's like an open river of communication. So they definitely love to communicate with you. Your pet could be very vocal. They might like moan a lot or groan a lot or sigh a lot or whine a lot or meow a lot or bark a lot, whatever it is that noises that your animal typically makes. Now I'm thinking about like guinea pigs. So I don't know if you guys anybody's watching 90 Day Fiancé this season. I believe we're on season 10. I don't know. Of the original 90 Day Fiancé, and one of the guys on there, his name is Clayton. It's so funny that I keep bringing up 90 Day Fiancé because I said this guy kind of looked like Colt. I want to say Colt was on season like 4 or 5. Honestly, I don't remember. But one of the guys on this season, his name is Clayton. He has like 3 guinea pigs and some dogs or whatever, all in his like little apartment. That's the guy with the mom in the closet, like where the mom lives in his closet. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, that's the one. Interesting that his name and Colt's name both start with a C. Okay, so C names, interesting here. Anyway, he was talking about how guinea pigs make so many different noises depending on the things that they need. And they have like all these different kind of like codes and stuff. And so he like knows all of the different noises and all of what they mean. And so you may need to spend some more time listening to your pet because they might be trying to communicate with you by making different types of noises or whatever, and you might not be picking up what they're putting down. What else would Pile 2's pet want to say to Pile 2? Anything else? Yes, here we go. 8 of Swords. So yeah, that's this idea of feeling trapped, mentally trapped, or being in a hole. Oof, don't love that. So yeah, again, some of you guys, this could be a message from a deceased pet here. And it's actually asking me to put this back in the deck. So I really don't think that there's anything else that your pet wants you to know. They just want you to know that they loved you. Maybe pay more attention to like the food that they eat. There could be some sort of like pain situation happening right now that you're unaware of, or heart situation that you're unaware of. I want to know more about this trust card and why it's in reverse. For some of you guys, it might be that like your pet gets into stuff that they're not supposed to get into. Like maybe they are, you know, like eating stuff off the floor that they're not supposed to eat or whatever. Like maybe you left a sock on the floor and they're, you know, chewing it or something like that. And that could be causing them some secret health issues, like more deeper than you know or realize or whatever. Let me go ahead and do this like this. So something that I'm noticing as far as like the colorings of these cards is we've got 2 very dark cards here, and then these 2 cards are like really green. Black and green could have some sort of significance to you or to your pet. Your pet, if this is a deceased pet message, they're definitely watching over you, and they really enjoy watching over you. It gives them a lot of pleasure to watch over you. Yeah. And your pet may be even acting as a spirit guide, whether that's in this life or, you know, from above, from the great beyond. Definitely could be acting for you as a spirit guide, trying to help you make the right decisions, guide you into the right places and things like that. This might even be like a very distinctive pet that you had, like maybe your favorite pet or your first pet or a pet that was just really important to you. You know, of course, you know, most of our pets are important to us, but this might have been like a special type of pet somehow. Extra special. They may have been kind of grumpy sometimes. They may not always have like the best attitude or have had the best attitude. I'm trying to speak as if it's either, you know, from the great beyond or here with us on earth, both at the same time. So there might have been a little bit of grumpiness sometimes, but that doesn't mean that they don't love you. It could have just meant that they were in pain or they were sick or something and they had some issues that made them grumpy like that. But they definitely enjoy communicating with you, and they, if you don't believe that your pet can be guiding you from the great beyond, they want you to believe that that is possible and that is true. I'm going to read from the Lunar Nomad Oracle book for this Tower card because there may be some additional messages here. So it says authority, which is interesting because we do have the President of the United States here. Major authority figure, right? Large business, buildings, places of power, school, church, enterprise, condescendence. It is imposing upon the landscape, and you are strangely aware that entering the tower could change your destiny. So that's why I said, like, this pet could have been really special to you, and also that they could be acting as a spirit guide for you, because they could be helping to move you in the right direction towards your destiny. And they may even, like, when they were with you, or if they're with you now, the decision to get them, or the decision to, you know, have them come live with you, could have been a decision that really altered the course of your life. So for example, maybe you got a pet and you were planning on moving into a new city or something like that, and you got the pet before you moved, and there were two apartments that you really liked, and one of them allowed pets and the other one didn't allow pets. So you had to go with the one that allowed pets, and then let's say that, like, the love of your life or your best friend to be lived in that same building or lived on the same block, and you guys met because you moved into the apartment that allowed pets. And so in that way, like, the pet itself was the thing that altered the course of your life, right? So this pet definitely has, like, a lot of power in your life. And if it is a passed on pet, they, just by existing and being with you, definitely had a lot of power in your life and altered the course of events towards your destiny. An aura of power and influence permeates the atmosphere. So even from beyond, if this is a passed away pet, then and we did get the departed, so I want to bring that out. I'm not just, like, saying this stuff because of the little angel wings on here, but I actually thought about this when the departed came out, and I just kind of forgot to say it in the identifiers. But even from the great beyond, your pet is definitely still here with you, permeating the atmosphere. And they help to try and steer you away from danger coming towards you, or from, you know, evil eyes and things like that. And they can even try and send you messages, or send you, like, gut feelings, especially we've got this, like, big gut here, send you gut feelings to, you know, if, like, something is not right, they can try and warn you or alert you. And if this is a living pet, then they can do the same thing, where, like, maybe they, you know, normally they like a lot of people, but somebody comes around who they don't like, then they could be trying to warn you that this person is, like, not the best person for you or something like that, right? So yeah, your dog may communicate with you when there's just, like, somebody generally untrustworthy around, or maybe, like, an untrustworthy animal or something like that around, especially with Mother Earth here. Something else that I'm getting is, not only is this animal a powerful force in your life who can help you to learn to trust your gut more, and also learn maybe a little bit more about healthy foods or something like that, or maybe just changes your relationship with food and with the earth itself, and how you eat or how they eat. You may just want to learn more about that, but this animal is coming through to say that they want you to live your best life, especially if this is an animal from the great beyond, an animal who is no longer with us. They really want you to live your best life. I'm going to read some more from the Lunar Nomad Oracle book here, because I think there's some really interesting stuff. It says, the Tower advises you not to take a stance of opposition. Instead, weigh the costs of moving forward. So something that's coming through here, especially if your pet is sick or was sick, they're sorry about how much it costs. It costs you to take care of them, but also, you know, having a pet in and of itself is several line item expenses in your budget. So you just need to make sure that you're financially prepared for all of the costs, especially since you are, like, the full provider for this animal with this Mother Earth here. So you need to make sure that you're fully prepared for any costs that could come up. Some of you guys may need to get some pet insurance or something like that if you don't have it already. And it says here your opposition could lead to financial loss, imprisonment, or detriment to your reputation. So something that is interesting is that your pet oftentimes is a reflection of you, especially dogs. People really tend to think that, like, not only is there the saying like a dog and then its owner can kind of look alike, but also there's however well trained or not well trained a dog is can really reflect on the owner itself. So that's something that is important here as well, in terms of like the image that the two of you put out into the world together. They want to talk about that as well. And they hope that they don't or didn't ever tarnish your reputation in any way. The book says, when you've exhausted your personal power and resources, seek out a higher power to aid you. You alone cannot influence your goal. So if you're ever having any sort of hardship or anything like that, you know, you can always call on any past pets that you've had, but particularly this pet, especially if it is a departed pet, you can call upon this pet in order to help you with those things, because they can guide you in the right direction or they can lead resources towards you. There are also even a lot of people out there who are like making money through their pets now, you know, like if their pet is like an influencer on Instagram, you know. So you never know different ways that your pet could help to like solidify you or solidify your reputation or to help you with things like that. But the important thing here is to not be in opposition, because we do have go with the flow here, and then the book itself says that opposition can be very detrimental to you. So elevating your status or career begins by entering the tower. The tower is an outward display of wealth and power. So definitely having a pet, like I said, not only is an expense, but can be something added to your reputation in some ways. People do tend to like people who have pets a little bit more. So for example, like on a dating app, if you have a picture with your cat or your dog or whatever, it can lead to you getting more swipes on the dating app. That has been like scientifically proven, right? So this pet definitely knows how much they can enhance your reputation or how much they did enhance your reputation, and they are willing for you to, I don't want to say use them, but to work with them more in order to really solidify your life and your lifestyle. And they're open to that. Even if this is like somebody from the great beyond, a pet who has passed on, like you can call upon them and they will help you if you need help. And also the idea here that pets are more powerful than we often give them credit for. The tower can be an agent of change, coming in the form of a bank offering a loan, an investor funding your dreams, or a court ruling on a case. Clearly present your case with facts and reliable resources. A clear motive gains the favor of the tower. So if you ever need something, like let's say that you're, you know, short on money or whatever, and you have a pet that's passed on, you can ask your pet to help you, but you need to explain what you need the money for. You can't just be like, hey pet, I need $5,000. They're going to be like, okay, but you can, because like they don't live with money. They don't understand the concept, like they don't know what money is. They just know what real resources are, right? So you have to like tell them, I need $5,000 for food and for shelter and for gas in the car, for those car rides that we go on, and for like medical bills for, you know, when we go to the doctor and stuff like that. So if you're asking your passed on pet for help, then you do need to be specific. If this pet is alive, then maybe it does have something to do with like social media or in some way being specific about different things in terms of, you know, getting like a brand deal or recommending like a toy to your followers or whatever. You have to be specific about it. This also says, daydreaming without acting on your desires can imprison you in longing. And when you avoid confronting painful feelings and memories, you are left stewing in misery. The tower can become a shadow or a torch. What are you locking away from the world? What feelings are you trying to swallow? So something that your pet wants you to know is that they really want you to live your life to the fullest. You know, they don't want you to go around not living your dreams. So whatever your dreams are, they will support you, you know. even if it's just cheering you on or coming to sit by you at the end of the day and, you know, let you know that they're there or whatever. They're definitely there to support you, and they want you to know, like, you only have one life to live. Life is short, and especially a pet's life. You know, pets' lives are typically much shorter than their owners' lives. I heard a statistic. I don't know if it's a real statistic. Maybe shouldn't use that word. I heard somebody say once that, like, you know how with dogs we always say like 1 human year is equivalent to 7 dog years. It's the idea that 1 human day is equivalent to like a week in dog's time. And so, like, time passes a lot more quickly than you think it does. And, you know, you really never know when it's all going to be over. So live your life the way you want to live it. And your pet is here to support you for that. And the idea of, like, being imprisoned in longing is here with this Joe Biden card, you know? He's just, like, sitting at the window. It looks like he's like looking out, longing for something, right? So they don't want that to be you. They want you to live life to the fullest, even if it is something weird, like whatever's going on in this picture here with this guy with the Santa hat. Even if it's something weird, they want you to live your life to the fullest. And if you're having a hard time trusting yourself to go for that, just learn to go with the flow and let the flow take you where it needs to take you towards your happiness. The tower draws attention to your point of focus. What you do within the tower of your mind quickly becomes the reality you live in. Align your dreams and your desires with your focus and actions. That's about that go with the flow. So pay attention to the flow of your thoughts as well. Your mental, emotional, or spiritual well-being might be in jeopardy. Seek out places of refuge, such as a hospital, church, or shelter. Despair is a vulnerable feeling, but the light of hope burns brightly inside such a place as the tower. With the right help, you will be on the path to recovery. The tower is an opportunity being presented. So for some of you guys, if this was a message from a passed on pet, they may even also be encouraging you to like go and like volunteer at a shelter or go and work at, you know, like an animal hospital. Or if you want a new pet, they're saying go for it. You know, you never know what could happen. But you need to learn how to trust yourself, and they want you to follow your dreams. Your pets just want you to follow your dreams, for sure. So we had a few like health kind of things coming through here. We had a few like spirituality things coming through here. We had some words of encouragement as well. Basically, they're saying that if you have some sort of idea about what you want for your life, go ahead and chomp on it. Dive in, you know, fill yourself on whatever that idea is, because it is worthwhile. But yeah, something definitely to do with the gut here, because even the panda on this card has like a little gut from eating all this bamboo. You know, it's a bear. That's what bears are supposed to do. But yeah, make sure you like this video, pile 2. Whenever you do that, it helps it to spread a little farther on YouTube, so that other people who may want to hear this message, they can find it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because it makes you and I more connected, and it makes my messages more tailored and pinpointed to you and your energy. So thank you so much to those of you who are my subscribers. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate you guys all spending some time with me today. I will see you all in the next one. Bye. Hey there, pile 3. If you chose the Quick and Easy Tarot, we're going to get into your identifiers first. If you would like to skip this part, there's another timestamp down below that will say pile 3 reading. You can go ahead and click on that, tap on that, and it will take you straight to the part with the cards. But for those of you who want the identifiers, like the identifiers, need the identifiers, we are here with my handy dandy lip bowl of randomness, and we're gonna get you that confirmation you're looking for. So hopefully you use your intuition to choose the pile, and if this pile is not for you, that's okay. There are 2 others that definitely could be, and if not, then maybe this just is not your reading, but you never know. Anyway, let's see. Spirit, we're doing the messages from pile 3's pets. Who's in pile 3? Who are my pile 3 people? Who are my pile 3 people? Who's in pile 3? Who chose the Quick and Easy Tarot? Who are they? While I'm doing this, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel. When you like the video, it makes the video go a little farther on YouTube so that people who may need to see this message can find it. And when you subscribe, it makes me and you more connected so that my readings are more tailored to you and your energy. Anything else that wants to come out here for pile 3? Okay, cool. Let's see, who are my pile 3 people? So the way that these work is that at least one of these things should be familiar to you, significant to you somehow, or could have just shown up in your life in the last couple of days or weeks. We've got here search party. So that could be an actual search party. This also looks like it says like scratch party. It is supposed to be search party, but anyway, searchy. I'm just looking at this word and seeing like different ways that it could be interpreted, because that's what Spirit's asking me to do. So, Scarchy? I don't know. Anyway, Scarcely? Seriously? I don't know. Whatever. Search Party is it is a TV show that was originally on TBS, and then I think HBO bought it and continued it. So it's currently on Max. Dorito Loco Tacos from Taco Bell. That's the one where they have the taco shells are made with like the Dorito dust or whatever. What Would You Do by City High. What would you do if your son was at home, crying all alone on your bedroom floor 'cause he's hungry? And the only way to feed him is to sleep with the man for a little bit of money, and his dad is gone somewhere smoking rocks now, in and out of lockdown. I ain't got a job now. So for you, this is just a good time, but for me, this is what I call life. Yeah, go listen to that song, because I don't normally go on for that long, but whenever I do, I take it as a sign that that song is actually really significant, and you should go and listen to it when you have time. Ron and Tammy, Parks and Rec. That could be Tammy 1 or Tammy 2. Maybe you have a dog where you like... Why do I keep saying dog? A pet. Maybe you have a pet where like they both had the same name. I saw something on Instagram where this lady, or maybe it was on Twitter, but this lady had named her dogs Houston and Houston, and they were obviously spelled the same but just pronounced mildly differently. So somebody was like, why would you do that? She was like, to spice things up in life or whatever, right? So I thought that's funny. Or, you know, the way that Ron has Tammy 1 and Tammy 2, you might have a pet where you named them such and such 1 and such 2. I feel like I saw that on a TV show also. I don't remember what it was. Anyway, Breaking Free. Zac Efron, Vanessa Hudgens from High School Musical. Yes, I know Zac Efron did not really sing that song. I don't know if Vanessa Hudgens did or not, but I'm keeping him on there. Asami from The Legend of Korra. T-Lock. Asami, she was one of the non-benders on that show, but she was like an engineer, very smart. Baby Mother. She's a rapper from Chattanooga, Tennessee. We're breaking free, soaring, flying. There's not a star in heaven that we can't reach. So I want to say that if you saw Zac Efron in something recently or Vanessa Hudgens in something recently, then that also could be confirmation for you guys too. You may want to go listen to that song. Misa Misa from Death Note, the anime. She was like the main character's girlfriend. Not love interest, but girlfriend. To be very clear. Bob Marley. Jamaican musician. Going back to Misa Misa, when I say that she was not the main character's love interest, but she was his girlfriend, he did not like her. He just wanted to keep her around because she was very useful. So speaking of like people being very useful, right? I said Asami had a lot of talents. She was very talented. She was very smart. She was very useful to Team Avatar. So for those of you guys who don't know, The Legend of Korra is a follow-up. It's like a sequel to Avatar: The Last Airbender. And Asami is also the love interest eventually in The Legend of Korra. Not at the start, but eventually she is. Misa in Death Note is very, very useful to the main character. The main character's name is Light. And he does not like Misa. I don't even think he likes her even a little bit. He's like a total psychopath, but She really wants to be his girlfriend, and so he lets her be his girlfriend, but he does not like her. Let's just be very clear about that. Fall Out Boy, that's a band. I just found out today that they released a new song. It is February 7th, 2024. We've got Helena by My Chemical Romance. So we're getting a little bit of like the pop punk coming through here. The number 7, so you could be seeing 777, maybe just 77. You could live on the 7th floor, the 7th apartment, 7th Avenue, or 7th Street. You might have 7 people in your family, something like that. Haterade. Maybe you heard somebody saying something about sipping on that Haterade. That is based off Gatorade. Whoa, look at that. 77 came out. So yeah, 77777 coming through. Oh, I also forgot to say about 7, that's the month of July. So that could be Cancer or Leo placements, which could be your dog's. It's not everybody has a dog. Your pet's sign, if you know when your pet's birthday was, it could be your pet's zodiac sign or your zodiac sign. Give Me Something Real by Ashford and Simpson. We've got edibles here. We have Outstanding by the Gap Band. Outstanding. Sorry if you guys can hear Milo eating in the back. That's my dog. He always wants to eat whenever I'm on camera. Privacy. So maybe you like tried to increase your privacy recently. You might have changed your passwords or gotten like one of those camera covers or something like that. Familiar. So this is all about messages from your pets. Familiars are like witches' pets. They help guide them. Usman from 90 Day Fiancé. And I did say that one of these things at least should be familiar to you. So familiar also can be talking about family. Kimberly from 90 Day Fiancé. Guys, that's crazy. That's crazy. So Usman and Kimberly, they were like lovers. They were, I think they were engaged at one point. They were definitely boyfriend-girlfriend at one point. But Usman is like a Nigerian music artist who goes by the name of Soja, S-O-J-A, Soja Boy. And Kimberly, I don't know why I'm saying Kimberly. He called her Kimbali, so that's why I have it like that on here. Her name is Kimberly. She goes by Kim. She is an older lady, much older than Usman. She, I believe, was in a branch of the military at some point, and she lives in San Diego. So 90 Day Fiancé, for those of you guys who don't know, is a reality television show on TLC about people from the United States who find love abroad and then pay for their lovers to come to the United States on a K-1 visa called a fiancé visa, where they have to get married within 90 days or else their lover gets deported. So Kimberly and Usman actually never made it to that stage. Usman had previously already been married to an American, but he never was able to get over on the K-1 visa. I think that they maybe applied for a spousal visa, but then her name was Lisa. He and Lisa got divorced, and then he and Kimberly got together. There was always a lot of speculation as to whether or not Usman actually liked Lisa or Kimberly. So going back to the whole Misa thing, where like Light definitely did not like Misa. She was just very useful to him. So, you know, he kept her around. Their argument could be had that for Usman and Kimberly, it was the same situation. So that's interesting that energy's coming out. I don't know if it has anything to do with the actual reading, but this is just the identifiers portion. So if you recognize that energy, then that means this reading's for you. A Fine Romance by Judith Sills, PhD. That is a book. It's a sociology book about dating from meeting to marriage. It's all about courtship and the different stages of courtship. It's a very interesting read for those of you singletons out there. Cardi B. She said, don't cook, don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring. So, interesting. Also, speaking of security, I wanted to say like security cameras, so like maybe the Ring doorbell coming through a little bit, or just security cameras in general, but rings, making me think rings. Lemonade by Gucci Mane. We have here, that's a song by the way, Hand in My Pocket by Alanis Morissette. And then, last but not least, we've got Nick Miller. Nick Miller from New Girl TV show. For some of you guys, there may be like some sort of running away kind of energy here. Like maybe your pet ran away, maybe you ran away, but just with like search party, breaking free coming through, that definitely is making me think about that. So yeah. All right. I'm going to go write these down in my tarot journal, you guys. If any of you guys are into tarot, if you like doing your own readings or you like watching readings online, I made a tarot journal for you guys. You can go and grab it. It's in the link in the description box below. I made it just for you, so check it out if you feel so called to. But I always say that it is important not only to, you know, do the reading, but to internalize what you learned from the reading. So it's a good place to record aspects of the reading that you would like to remember or that especially resonated with you so that you can grow from the reading. So yeah, check that out in the description box below. But I'm going to go write these down in my tarot journal, and I will see you guys in a second for the actual card part. Hey there, pile 3. Welcome to the cards part of the reading. If you chose the quick and easy tarot, then these are going to be the messages from your pet or pets. All right, we're actually going to put the tarot to the side for now. We're going to get some cards out. I actually did a pre-pull for this reading today. So we've got from the Lunar Nomad Oracle, we've got a meme picture card, we got some messages from the mermaids, emotions cards, and we got some crystals. Let's get into it. Spirit, if Pile 3's pet could say anything to them, what would they say? What messages do they have for Pile 3? We have love. Oh, they're so cute. That's so cute. Solitude. Interesting. And finally, we got mystery. All right, yeah, we're gonna keep mystery in reverse. Mystery. Ooh, so we got like some darker cards coming out here. Interesting. We have here Labradorite. Maybe you have a Labrador Retriever. Maybe that's your pet. And then we also have Black Tourmaline. Ooh. I'm actually going to move these over her so that we don't have that glare. So Labradorite says take action and Black Tourmaline says protection. Ooh, interesting. And then we've also got here this what do you meme card here. Our friend here on the phone, I wish I knew his name. I don't know his name. And then we've also got here book 26. Okay, so you know what? Do you guys have like a former police dog or something like that? Obviously, that probably is not for everybody, but this is just making me think. We've got take action, protection, over here calling, making a call, and then we got book. It's like book 'em. Book 'em, you know? That's coming through here. Definitely your pet is very protective over you. They want other people to leave you alone. They love you so much. They study you like a book. They know your every move. They are very aware of like when something is wrong with you. There's no mystery when it comes to you, between you and your pet. Your pet knows literally everything about you. They know everything about you. And they love it. And they love you. They adore you. You guys, I'm wondering how often you spend time alone, like without your pet. Because they may want some solitude. But overall, yeah, they're very protective over you. This is making me think of that movie No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence. One of the characters works at an animal shelter, and one of the dogs that he cares for is a former police dog who like got addicted to cocaine. And Jennifer Lawrence's character eventually like bonds with the dog. So definitely that is coming through here as well. I'm going to go ahead and just get out the tarot. And if we need to read from the books on either of these cards, the book card or the crystals, in a little bit we will. Spirit, what does Pile 3's pet want to say to Pile 3? What does Pile 3's pet What's the message for pile three's pet? What do they want to say to pile three? Is there something that they would like to say? Oh, okay. These fell out off camera. We've got the Knight of Cups. Okay, we've got the Knight of Cups here in reverse. We've also got the Five of Wands here in reverse as well. So something about like a bad offer is coming through, or somebody who is charming but insincere. Okay, so something I like about these tarot cards, if you are new to tarot, this could be like a good deck for you. It's so funny because I got this deck after I'd already been reading tarot for like probably like 4 or 5 years at that point, and I just thought it was fun. I don't know why I ended up getting it. I have a very large collection of tarot decks. It's like extremely large. I think I have like 85 decks right now. If you guys want me to do deck reviews or like flip throughs or anything, you know, leave a comment down below and let me know. But anyway, this is a good deck for beginners, but it says on here, the Knight of Cups in reverse refers to a man under 40. I don't always find, because I learned how to read the tarot before I got this deck, I do not always interpret it the way that the cards will say, but I chose this deck for a reason, so it could be pertinent to somebody who's listening. Refers to a man under 40, attractive, prone to jealousy and mood swings, unfaithful in love, not capable of commitment to one person, dishonest, lives in a fantasy world. In love, he will break your heart. He may cause you to develop a long-term distrust of men. Okay. I feel like your pet wants to warn you about somebody, especially with here, like we're making a call. And the whole idea of, like I said, like book them, like they're saying like somebody is guilty. Somebody in your life is guilty of something that maybe you do or do not know about, but you need to be protected from. And so there's somebody that they don't like who's around you, and they are trying to warn you. Here, the Five of Wands in reverse, I always take that as like losing a competition or an inability to cooperate with somebody or something. And you know, pets, they have a really good sixth sense about people and about people's intentions. And so your pet may be picking up on somebody's intentions that are hidden from you, that you may not be aware of. And they're saying that, you know, you shouldn't cooperate with this person. This also could be that your pet could be warning you about some sort of like upcoming trouble. And if you are involved in any sort of police matter, it could be, you know, lawyer up with this phone call here. Don't forget to make your phone call. Lawyer up. Get some protection. Anyway, someone will try to cheat you, even use illegal means, there we go, to take something from you. Do not trust anyone with sensitive information or financial accounts. Watch out for deceitful, dishonest people. Do not underestimate your opponents. They are powerful. Beware, you may not see it coming until it's too late. So you know what this makes me think of? It makes me think of that TV show Dirty John. It was a podcast, and I guess the podcast was based off of like a Vanity Fair article or something, but the TV show starred Connie Britton, and it also starred, what's that woman's name? Rita so-and-so? And Juno Temple was also in there as well. Oh, the girl's name was Julia Garner. I don't know why I wanted to call her Rita. Her name on Ozark was Ruth. I don't know. Maybe I did like a combination of those names or something. So this person that they're warning you about may be lying about their name or something about them, but your pet can definitely tell that they're lying. Your pet can definitely tell that they don't have good intentions towards you. You may not be able to see it, but that TV show, Dirty John, which was a real story, this lady, she was very rich. She had her own like interior design company or whatever, and she was like in her 50s, and she'd already been married like 3 or 4 times, and she was back online dating and having a hard time finding eligible suitors. And this one guy, John, comes around, and her daughters immediately do not like him at all. But she's kind of like blinded by love, okay? And so she decides to get with him. They have a very, very quick romance, and she ends up actually like marrying him really early on, okay? So I'm not going to spoil it for you because it's a very good show. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's on Netflix. But the younger daughter, who was played by Julia Garner, she was really into dogs, and she also like worked at a dog rescue or like an animal shelter or something like that, or like a vet. She might have been like a vet tech or something. And her dog did not like him. Her dog did not like that guy John, and like when it came time, she was there to protect the daughter, whose name is, for some reason the name Penelope just came to me. I know for a fact that is not the name of the daughter. Like, it has nothing to do with the name of the daughter. The daughter's name was Tara. Which is kind of interesting because it's spelled Terra, which is like another word for earth. And this Labradorite like has all the blues and greens of like earth in it, right? So you and your dog are very, very bonded. It's like when it came time, when like worst came to worst, Tara's dog was like there for her in a moment that she really, really needed protection. And that dog was literally like there for her, like beyond what any dog, you know, exactly what you would hope that a dog would do if you were in danger, right? So your pet is very, very protective of you. They really want you to know that there's somebody around you who just like is not good for you and does not have your best interest at heart. And so you need to be very wary and be very careful. Is there anything else that Pile 3's pet wants them to know? They're saying speak up, especially if you think something is weird. Speak up. Don't be afraid to ask for help, and do it quickly and swiftly, because it's better to do it now than to be sorry later. So we have here, I'm going to read again what it says on the cards. It says, an excellent time for work and intellectual projects. A breakthrough is possible. So they're saying focus on your work, focus on yourselves, focus on your mindset, and maybe raise your standards a little bit. Your life's mission or career direction will become clear. The ability to persevere will be crucial during this period. Decisions should be guided by what is just, true, and honorable. Think of problems as opportunities for change. So the Ace of Swords also is an indicator of like being open and telling the truth about something. So they really want you to seek out the truth. If you need to like make some calls around, if you need to like, you know, get a background check done on somebody or something like that, you know, you need to go ahead and do that, because again, it's better to be safe than sorry, and it's for your protection. They're telling you take action, and take action swiftly. Your pet really wants you to be okay. And you know, it's not just because they love you, although they do. They're afraid of being alone. They don't want to be left alone. I know I said before that like maybe you guys spend a little too much time together, but they're not trying to be alone forever in the case that something bad happens to you, and then they have to, you know, be alone or go live a life that they don't know anything about with some stranger that they don't know. No, they want you around. They love you. And so they are trying to tell you that, you know, this person in your life, whoever it is, I guess it's a man, is not that trustworthy, and they are manipulating you, and you need to find out the truth, and you need to ask for help. And possibly do a background check. It's so crazy. I like was absolutely not expecting this to come out at all. This is like so different from the other two messages. That's literally so funny. Anyway, for Knight of Swords, it says, a man under 40 is about to enter your life. Conceals his emotions, has a military demeanor, possibly a military or law enforcement background like I was talking about before. Disciplined, supremely confident, has courage and a good heart. Responsible, shrewd, and alert. Planner, engineer, designer, builder, or architect. So it might be that you need to let this first person go in order to get to this second person, but it might also be that this is who the person really is, and this is the person that they're presenting themselves to you as. Okay, so they're really a lot more manipulative than they are letting you think that they are. Kind of like in Dirty John, like he will lie about his profession and stuff like that. You know, just was not being honest and upfront with her because he wanted something from her, right? And in her case, it was he wanted her money and stuff. So we don't know what it is that this person wants from you, but they want something and they're not being honest about it. So your pet is like, they've been studying human behavior, and they can detect the simplest changes in touch, tone, body language, typically, especially if they are a mammal themselves. All right, I'm even thinking about like birds being able to like repeat stuff, and some birds can like really understand what humans are saying, and, like conversations and stuff. So, you know, they're just warning you. They want you to be careful because this person is not who they seem to be, okay? This is a wild message. I guess I am going to go read from the books here. Let's start with the crystals. All right, so labradorite has to do with the crown and third eye chakras. Labradorite works closely with the element of wind, which is interesting because we've got these 2 swords cards here. Inviting you to receive the medicine of moving forward and taking the right action in your life. This allows you to connect with the mystery and magic of life, assist in awakening the magic of your soul, can bring deep awareness of your spiritual knowledge, allowing it to manifest in your day-to-day life, can bring you spiritual insight, just like this reading, and supports you to integrate spiritual experiences into the physical world and opens and activates the third eye. So, yeah, your third eye is not necessarily as active as it should be at this time. Because if it were, then you'd be able to figure it out. Sorry if you guys can hear some children playing outside. They're saying this is the perfect time to take action in your life. There are specific moments when taking action is divinely guided by the universe. Now is one of those times for you. If you've been waiting around for change to occur on its own, it's time to move forward, take action yourself, and manifest your dreams. So they're saying don't wait. You need to be very swift with this, okay? For some of you guys, it could involve cutting this person out of your life. For some of you guys, it could involve demystifying, especially if this person is very mysterious to you, demystifying them. You need to, figure out what that is, what it is that they're not being honest about. Whether you be making a decision about a job, a major life change, a relationship, or your health, take a step forward to do something positive that will get the energy flowing in the right direction. You are encouraged to work closely with labradorite to assist you in mastering this process. Your desired outcome is not going to happen on its own, so stop waiting, thinking, or talking about it and take action now. Do not procrastinate, as it will definitely be worth your while. So yeah, your pet wants you to know this has been going on for too long. Get it done. Black tourmaline, protection. This is related to the root chakra. This crystal brings light to the shadow, exactly talking about, getting a background check and finding out things, demystifying stuff for sure. And it illuminates and awakens the wisdom of the void. As the light meets the darkness, it protects all in its presence. It offers a protective shield around the aura, allowing you to feel safe and grounded, dissolving any negative energies in the field. So it is a great crystal to have around computers and other electromagnetic devices, making for a healthier environment. So if you met somebody maybe on the internet and you haven't vetted them properly, then your pet is trying to do it for you, and they're trying to say, we don't like this person. You need to take better steps to protect yourself. Your pet is really trying to get your attention with this right now. This black tourmaline assists in creating appropriate boundaries in your life. So some of you guys might need better boundaries, and your pet wants you to know that. Some of your pets may also need better boundaries as well. That might be something here. But definitely you need better boundaries. And typically your animal can mirror you in some ways. So if your pet has bad boundaries, it might be because you have bad boundaries. You may be feeling open and vulnerable and attracting unwanted energy that is out of alignment with your own. An unhealthy relationship or environment might be draining your energy and creating turmoil. That's what this black tourmaline is saying. You may even feel you need protection from your own harsh thoughts and judgments about yourself. Whatever the situation or circumstance you require protection from, know that the strongest form of protection is love. There we go, love right here. When you feel the need for protection, it is always good to look at the part that you play in the situation and take responsibility for your own energy. Feel what you may need to change to feel safe. Bring the focus back to you with this Ace of Swords here. Bring this focus back to you and draw in as much love as possible for yourself. And your pet wants to be that love around you. They want to let you know that you are loved, and so you don't have to go looking for love in shady places or allowing people who have no business being around you into your life when they haven't acted from love. And the interesting thing here, we have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords They might be confident, they might be disciplined, they might be responsible, but they're very unemotional. Okay? Whereas the Knight of Cups is more emotional. So the Knight of Swords definitely has better boundaries. So they want you to imitate that, but at the same time, it's like somebody may be acting like they love you and they really don't. And your pet wants you to know that because your pet genuinely does love you and they can tell when other people also love you. So they have that sixth sense. And so if they are saying that somebody doesn't really love you, you need to listen to them. Okay? Because they just want the best for you. Love attracts love, so know that you are protected at this time by showering yourself in the powerful light of the cosmos. So yeah, definitely your pet is just trying to send you a warning. And if there's anybody in your life that your pet does not like, it's because they are detecting that this person is not coming at you from a place of love, but from a place of manipulation, mind games, etc., all of that icky stuff. Let's get into this book. And speaking of somebody studying you, it could be that this person has, like, the person that we're talking about, maybe they've been, like, watching you from afar or something, and they, like, know, you know, how you move, they know your routines or anything like that. We've got here books, accounts, records, secrets, occult knowledge, mystery. Again, mystery keeps coming up. This person is very mysterious, and your pet does not like that because they're like, you should just be open with my owner, and I don't like you. Study, education. Seeking is the first step to discovering. You light the lamp. We got that one also with the black tourmaline about this idea of like enlightening things. So you definitely need to shed some light on the situation. If you haven't, done a background check on this person yet, or if like maybe somebody's been trying to get you to like call them or text them or whatever, be very sparing and very careful about who you give your phone number out to. This could be like maybe somebody you see around the neighborhood. Like, for example, if you have a dog or a cat and you like to take them on a walk or whatever, you might see this person around the neighborhood, and it might be that they're just, if your dog doesn't like them or doesn't want to go around them or whatever, it could be a sign that they don't have good intentions towards either of you. This says, unfortunately, society has overwhelmingly taught us that there is one form of knowledge, logical mental analysis. The creative intelligence of the universe didn't send you here to be haplessly blown about by the winds of fate. You are worthy of everything you seek, so reclaim your right to receive goodness in all forms. So this is about taking your power back. The book kindles your appetite for knowledge. Be brave enough to search its pages for what sets you free. Your life is your divine expression. Intentions are manifested through action, so go into your life with a breath of awareness. Consciously create the life you seek. So for those of you guys who maybe are out dating or, out meeting new people and new friends and stuff, it's time to be a little bit pickier about certain things. And so we can take a lesson, especially from cats here. Cats, they take a little time to like warm up to people. They don't always just immediately want to let somebody come and pet them. Especially a new person, they might like go hide under the couch for a little bit. They could take some time to study them and suss them out and see what their vibe is before they approach them and let the person pet them. So you might want to start taking a more cat-like attitude towards different people in your life, and especially new people in your life. It might not be helpful to be just like a little Labrador, be like a little dog and just go and be like, everybody's my friend, I myself had a dog once who just really didn't like men, just in general. He was really my sister's dog, my sister and her partner. And he liked my sister's partner. He liked that guy, but he didn't like other guys, So you have to think about certain things, and especially how like animals react to different people. You really want to pay attention to that, but this is definitely about having better boundaries and getting to know people more before you allow them to have a special space in your life, and your pet is really encouraging you to do that and to check into people, observe them a little bit more before you, bring them over or whatever. Knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you can do. Arm yourself with the skills and information that make you self-sufficient. Inform yourself and become a force in the world. Self-sufficient here, solitude. Your pet wants you to know that you don't need another person to do things for you. You can do it on your own. So, going back to the whole Dirty John thing, The lady in the story, her name was Deborah, played by Connie Britton. I told you guys that she like got married really quickly to this guy named John. And it turned out that he like had lied about a bunch of stuff and that he wanted her money and things like that. But it's actually worse than that. And I'm, again, not going to spoil it for you, but I'm just going to say if she had even bothered, just even bothered to have done a background check on this person, she would have seen all this stuff and she would have steered clear. She would have steered away, but she didn't bother to do a background check. So knowledge is power. You know, investigate, get to know people, get to know their friends, talk to them, and, you know, see who they hang around and things like that. You got to see if they have any priors, because we are getting like some sort of police presence in this in this reading. So yeah, your pet just wants you to be safe. They want you to stay alive. They want you to be safe so that you can keep living the beautiful life that you two have together, or that you and all your pets have together. But yeah, take a more cat-like approach and heed the pet's warning for sure on this one. So like I said, this was a very unexpected message, but somebody needs to hear it. So yeah, make sure that you like this video, y'all, so that it can spread across YouTube and other people who may need to hear it can find it, especially this message, because this seems like it's urgent. So make sure you like the video to help out anybody else who may need to find it, and subscribe to my channel so that you and I can be more connected and I can read your energy a little bit more precisely. Speaking of more precise readings, I am actually opening my books up for private readings at this time. It is February 7th, 2024. So at the time of me making this video, my books are open. The only way that you can book with me is through the link in the description box. It is a Calendly link that will take you directly to my calendar. Only use the one here in the description box link. I will never ever message anybody for private readings or anything like that. And you know, there are scammers and stuff out there, so make sure that you are using my exact link. It's calendly.com/Empress of Fortune. Nothing else, no underscores, nothing like that. Okay. So yeah, I feel like that's important to say, especially with this message, because there are like hints of somebody getting scammed or being scammed or something like that here, or just being done wrong in some kind of way. So, you know, don't get scammed. Your pet doesn't want you to get scammed, and neither do I. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video today. I really appreciate you. I love you. I wish you all the best. Take action quickly on whatever it is that this needs to, on whatever this is. And I hope that you will come back soon. Thank you so much to my subscribers and just to my viewers in general. You guys are awesome. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.